really, like, my dream was always to go to Stanford, and so I reached out to Stanford and made a phone call, and when that phone call ended up being a lot more positive than I was necessarily anticipating, I started thinking maybe Stanford might be the right place for me after all. I fell in love and felt like I was home the second that I was here, and so that was kind of why I chose it. The growth of the program through the last couple of years, since the start of my freshman year, has been pretty exponential, I'd say. I mean, when I came in, we were very much a developmental program. We had 10 beach-only players with a couple of indoor players coming over. By the end of our season, we really only had 9 healthy players with 10 players playing, a couple players playing on injury. And our season, we went 11-18. We were a largely losing season. We ended up the season unranked nationally. It was pretty disappointing. And then the next year came and we had 2.5 weeks of season, and then we were canceled due to COVID cancellations. And then after that, we had a 2-week-long preseason in 2021, but we were all really, really hungry to just keep on going and keep on growing. And we ended up just skyrocketing after that and ended up going to the national championship tournament that year. We finished out ranked 7th in the nation after the past 2 years being overwhelmingly, overarchingly disappointing. In my 2 final years of undergrad, they kind of sold me on wanting to come back for my 5th year and wanting to come back for my graduate year, wanting to finish the business that we had started. The legacy that I want to leave at Stanford, I mean, I've been so grateful to get the opportunity to be able to compete for this 5th year, and I want to be able to leave a winning legacy. I want to be able to contribute to my team as much as I can. I mean, being able to tie the record as an all-time wins leader is pretty cool, but I want to exceed that record, and I want to be able to set that in stone that says, hey, I contributed and I made this program better than when I came in. I think that that will be an incredible thing to be able to say when I leave. And then leaving Stanford as a whole, I think in general, when I enter spaces, I always want to leave them better than the places that I found them. And I've had this incredible passion for philanthropy, and being able to start a philanthropic organization for student athletes on campus has been something that I've been super passionate and fortunate to be able to do. And that's a big part of my legacy at Stanford, is being able to engage in philanthropy while engaging and competing in the highest level of athletics. Founding Cardinal Community in 2021, in the summer of 2021, was something that had kind of been working for a couple of years prior to making it happen. But once those stepping stones started, I just kind of knew that I wanted to finish them. A week ago, we had our first in-person version of our big event, AB Trees, which is promoting childhood literacy, and we had 60 children and their families show up. We had 30 volunteers who came out a day after it was just absolutely raining, and for some reason the sun shone that day. And it was one of the most successful events that we've ever run, and I think that in and of itself served as a microcosm for where we want it to go. I've come to the realization now, being here at 22 years old, that people motivate me and connections motivate me, and feeling like I'm united and together with people, that's what motivates me to do everything that I do. I would not be here without the love and support and connection with my family. I think I'm very blessed to have 2 incredible parents who are the most driven and hardworking people that I know. My mom and my dad, they're the most inspiring people that I've ever met, and I think that so much of my life is driven through inspiration by them. I think on top of that, just looking at my Stanford career, the relationships that I've built here, 2 people that easily I can say have inspired me and motivate me and drive me are Lacey and Lexi Hull. They were my roommates, they're my best friends. I mean, they're also 2 of the people that you can look at in Stanford athletics and say that they're 2 of the hardest working and most gritty athletes that you could have possibly seen play. And so being able to live with them and kind of be driven through just the incredibleness that was our relationship and our friendship. Stanford made me such a more confident individual. I mean, I already was very comfortable with who I was, but I don't think I knew exactly who that person was until I came here. So many little pieces of me that were just tiny little nuanced factors have become so much more important to me, and I've realized the depth of myself is so much greater than just my identity as an athlete or my identity as a human outside of athletics. There's this combination between the two that has expanded so much in my time here because of the fact that I've been comfortable with wanting to try things. I've been comfortable with wanting to grow myself and to learn things, and that desire to learn and to build and to be better and to work hard in doing so. I think that that's the culture that Stanford produces, and that's a culture that I'm really proud to represent.